I had a question in the tutorial where I showed you how to put text on a part using emboss and extrude, and the question was about being able to offset using the offset command inside a sketch to offset the edges of text, I guess to modify the way the text looks. Let's go back here to this original sketch. There is a sketch that has some text in it and has the word text. If we try to use offset here, we can't pick up any of these edges. We're stuck with what it gives us. We can edit the size of the font, of course. We can make it bold. We can make it italic. We can stretch it out. Let's look here. We can change the stretch, add some spacing to it. But if we want a little more freedom to control that, there's a little trick we've got here to take this text and create geometry from it that we can offset or we can modify in other ways. One thing to take note of, I do have an extra space between all of these letters to give us a little more room to work. So we will see how we can go from this basic text to something that looks a little more like that. I'm going to delete what I have done over here and leave. I'll delete everything and we will start from scratch. A new sketch on that face. Come in here, draw a text box. We'll stick with the word text again, put a space between each letter, highlight all that, make it a little bigger, 1/2 inch tall. Make sure we are centered, justification, left to right, in the middle, top to bottom, and say OK. To make sure that our text stays right in the middle of the part, I'm going to use a horizontal constraint to pick up the midpoint of this side, horizontal to our origin point, a vertical constraint, find the midpoint of the top line, vertical to that constraint, or to that point. Now I'm going to use a coincident constraint to put the corner of the text box on the corner of the part. And when we do that with both top corners, we know that our text is centered. If we finish that, what we did in the tutorial was just you would use extrude, click on that text, and then you can create raised text. You can cut into the part and get that, but we're going to do something a little different. Go up here instead to mark. Now, mark will take the edges of the text. We have a surface to mark. It will automatically select that next top surface of the part. The direction doesn't matter right now. It's just going directly to this flat surface. If we had a curved surface, this selection here would make a difference. For the direction, if we were up above the part, we would need to select a direction here. I don't think it's going to matter. We're going to get this mark either way. So now we have an outline of this text on the surface of the part. Let's create a new sketch now, and we're going to project geometry. Let's go up here and click on construction geometry so that any extrusions we create off of this new sketch will not use any of the original geometry. Say OK to that. We have our dotted outline. Go back here and turn construction geometry off. Now if we want to offset, we can come here, offset, click a line, give it a distance. And notice if you go too far, you're going to lose some of that, so we can't get too extreme with it. And we're going to make all of these 50 thousandths. All of those equals constraint pop up. Finish that command though, and now we see the outline of this text. Let's finish that. Go up here, extrude, click all of these profiles. We can extrude up from the part. We can cut into the part and get some modified text. But let's go a little bit further with this. Can go in here to this sketch. Having this all in one sketch now gives me the opportunity to add more geometry. Let's create a rectangular outline under this. A coincident constraint to stick that end to that end. Throw a couple of dimensions on here. Let's give it a distance off the bottom and a line thickness. And now we have an underline of the part. It doesn't show up yet until we go edit this extrusion. Now we can click on that line and it will add it to that extrusion. And one more thing I want to show you before we quit. If you want to get even more creative, have a little more freedom with this, you can come in here to this sketch and see we have the projected loop. That is each part of that original sketch. So for right now, I'm going to suppress that feature so it disappears. Let's see what happens when I come in here. When we suppress that feature, all those lines kind of turn pink. Just says that original geometry is not available. But they are all still stuck in place. We're not getting any warnings. Everything's fine. But if I take this projected loop, right-click on it, and break link, now it is no longer tied to that original geometry. And I can come in here, see what happens if I take that now unconstrained geometry and start to drag things around. I am not tied to the original geometry. If I wanted to come in here and add some angles to things, oops, missed that. We can get creative. Add angles. Say I want this to be, it's at 90, let's make it 88. So that sets an angle there. We go ahead and select these, break link on all of those, and we can come in here. You could even do this with the original outline that you projected. Break that link, and you can modify. You can come in, add other lines. Of course, we're getting into a dangerous mess where this is no longer fully constrained, and that can hurt us. But if you come back in here, you can add dimensions, change things, and get something a little more creative by working with the geometry that we pulled from that original text. I hope this helps, gives you something to work with. Thanks for watching. As always, have a great day.